Good morning. This is BB. And what I've noticed is this with this what do you call the voiceless call? I don't know what that is. But it's like almost I know the individual who's doing this. This is the thing. But what am I going to go say? She's talking to me in my head? How will that sound? If I go to the police and say she's talking to me in my head, that's not going to this here. To all you people out there who are doing this to people, you have sunk to a new low of humanity. A low like this has never been y'all broke new ground. You just sunk to a new low. You know why? Because y'all are cowards. You don't know you're a coward. You can't face people in the face. All you do is things underhanded, abstract. Which means you're not crazy. You know exactly what you're doing, and you do it in a way that you protect yourself. You protect yourself. See, what it is like the provocation with this. They provoke you. Yes, they're provoking us. I'm not schizophrenic. I'm not bipolar. I'm actually going to go to the doctor today. I have actually set an appointment. I'm going to go to the doctor, and I'm going to have her give me a test. Test me for any type of abnormality, any type of imbalance in the brain. I don't know how I'm going to pay for it, but I'll try. Because I want to rule that out completely. If not, then something is wrong. So the thing is like they push for that mostly. They provoke you with this voice, the skull. They provoke you to get you upset, to get you annoyed, to get you worked up, to get you screaming, getting you angry all the time. It's a twofer. One, the very basis is to make you sound like you're crazy. You're not credible. They attack that credibility. No matter what, they're trying to attack that credibility. Trying to make it look like you don't know what you're talking about. Because if you don't know what you're talking about here, and is all these mistakes you're making here, then obviously with your assets, you don't know what's going on there either. If you're crazy here, then you must be crazy there. You didn't had all this money. You didn't had all that. You didn't had this. No. Crazy over here means crazy over there. So let's make her crazy look crazy here in the most public way they can think of, is doing this to make people angry at this invisible person, because that's what it looks like, isn't it? You're yelling at this invisible person. I'm yelling at this invisible person. They're in there. How crazy does that look? That's like the craziest of the crazies. That's batshit crazy. This is the reason why I know there's nothing wrong with me, because it's clear in my head. I know how I will sound, and I know how I look to people. But I also know what I'm going through, that I'm being provoked all the time. And I also know the person who is doing it. And soon I'm going to make a video of summing up what happened to me over the last year and 4 months. And you'll see how one thing leads to another. And if anybody has any ideas, you can help me. But the thing with these people is that they're trying to now I've given all possibilities of what this could be. Could be live streaming. Because there are people out there who are sick and who are twisted. And who would pay to see somebody do this to someone. But let me throw a challenge to you out there who is into the sick, twisted, and disgusting. At what point does it have to get? To what point before you realize something is wrong with this picture? There is for provoking somebody, but there is really provoking someone to the extreme where you're creating problems in the person's life. What do you do then? Do you call the police? Do you report it? This doesn't look right. I don't think this person is voluntarily doing this. There is seeing somebody in a supermarket dressed weird or whatever, and you take a video, that person is in public and it looks unusual, but that's a one-off, like 3 minutes. Or you take a picture, this person looks really weird, they're dressing weird or whatever. Waiting for that person in the parking lot, waiting for them to get in their car or on foot or on a bike or in a truck or whatever, and following them to their house, looking in their window, recording everything they do. What do you call that? Is that a yes or a no? Sounds a bit like harassment to me. Sounds a bit like stalking to me. How many federal offenses just got committed? Imagine that scenario in your head. How many federal offenses got committed? I don't know. But I'm sure a lot of them. Violating the person's right. Stalking is a federal offense, I think. Harassment is a federal offense to that extent. Following the person, sitting around their window, or going in the filming them, recording them, that's harassment. That's harassment. Now, where does it stop? When do you say that this doesn't look right? When do you report it that this doesn't look right? Or do you? Or do you just have more fun at the person's expense? Because they don't know who is doing it. So you feel safe. But as a human being, how right do you feel inside? Have you lost all empathy? Have you lost all sympathy? Have you no sense of decency anymore? Why would you do this? Why would you allow somebody to be exploited to this extreme? Because I'll tell you something. It tends to get worse probably when you're not looking. Because when you're not looking, and if that person becomes aware, let's say that person becomes aware, after a while, the threats will come. And you don't know about the threats, do you? The threats will come. Remember these people who are doing that to that person, they don't want to get caught. The threats will come. Threats maybe to his person, to his family, to his business. The threats will come. What do you say to that? Is that okay with you? Do you condone that behavior? What does that say? Look in your heart and see what it says. What does it say about you? This need for depravity, what does it say about you? What does it say about you? Just examine that for a while. You like to watch a person in dis-ease and distress and getting like basically the emotional shit kicked out of them. And the mental and psychological shit kicked out of them. In my case, it's all of them. Financial, because I work online, they're hacking, they fucked everything up in my life. And they still are. Spirit, they're trying to, when I'm trying to pray, they're trying to come in between. It's one woman, but she, stop saying they, it's one. I think that's what this kind person on my, I don't think he subscribes, but he makes comments. He's saying they. I think the point where he's trying to get over is not they, it's one person. But if he or she knows who the person is, the person, why the police is not involved? That's my challenge to you, Chief Handler. If you know who he or she is, then I would have to say they is appropriate in this case. What do you say? Because if you know, you have more of an inside scoop as to why this is happening, who is doing this to me, and you're not doing anything about it, then something is wrong here. What do you say, Chief Handler? What do you say? What do you think? Because you're questioning, in quotations, they. Are you meaning it's not they? It's not more than one. It's one person doing it. Okay. Well, if you were aware of that to this extreme, and you know who he or she is, then why don't you do something about it? I've tried. Nobody's reaching out to me, nobody's helping me. So then you are just as guilty as he or she is, and you're just as responsible. Because if it was my friend doing this to someone, I would have made them stop or report them to the police. That's all I'm saying. No matter how much they pay me, and if they tried to pay me, that would make it worse. You don't do this to people who don't volunteer to do it, whatever the fuck this is. But anyway, what they try to do is to get to you from all around. They try to get to you from all around. They'll come at you from all around. And this one thing is to discredit you. Is to discredit you. They're looking for money, basically. Money. They want money. But I believe that everybody likes ease in life. Everybody likes money because it takes money to buy stuff. Trinkets, baubles, houses, cars, food, clothes, shoes. It takes money. Everybody likes ease making that money. Or at least making money with something that is something you like, or something you like doing. Having ease of purpose. So the next thing to look at is, how easy do you want to make that money? Do you want to make it where you build something from the ground that you're proud of? It's above board. People can see it. And you feel that sense of accomplishment that you did this. You did this. You have nothing to hide. Or you just want to go behind the scenes. Now, somebody built one of theirs and you take it from them. That's your ease. You ain't got to do shit but take it from them. That's not right. You're a thief. That would make you just a common garden variety thief. That's all. You're a thief with a twist. You have people around making it look like it's a big, out of the realm mess. A real confabulation. It's a real plot twist. It's like a tornado within a hurricane, within a typhoon, within a tsunami, all joined up together. When all it's simple is, you're just a thief. But you have to make a big display of everything. A big display. You just like this huge display. Why? And they'll do that to the person who just built the business. Built this whole thing around him. Which tells me they're going to only go after people with a lot of money. Nobody will do this for $10,000 or $100,000, or in these times, not even $1 million. It's going to be more than that. They'll go after people with big money, real money. To do this to an extreme like this is one of two things. It's either money, or they're doing this to cover up something they did before. That if it comes to light, well, it's only a matter of watching how many years they'll get when that gravel hits the desk. When the gavel hits the desk. How many years is down for that? And they don't want that. But they will do this whole thing. Now, if the person is in a spotlight, if they've put them in a spotlight at any given time, they can't just go and hire a hitman to take them out. They got to make it look like it's so confabulated. So confabulated. Well, they're not responsible. It's not them anymore. It's not them anymore. It's out of their hands now. It's out of their hands. They started something, but they didn't do anything. They have nothing to do with that. And they turned the person's whole life upside down just to save a few people from paying for their own crimes. That's how I see it. I don't know. All of this here with this gang stalking and people following and people doing this and people doing that, It's all just a dog and pony show. They call it, y'all call it street theater. That's all it is. Because you cut away all that crap, what's the motive? It's money. They want money. They want something you have. They want something you have. It's just as simple as that. They want something you have. So, with that being said, you got to be safe, but you got to open your mouth and you tell people. But what they will push for is mostly the provocation with the voice to skull. This is a new thing. Now, I just want to know if there is such a technology out there, which I'm sure there is. Because like I said, I consider myself a very spiritual person. But if I'm auditory and I can hear her, I don't believe I'm this good. There's no way in hell, heaven, or mid-earth I am this good. No way. And she is not this good either. This is the weirdest damn thing in the world. The psychics, yes, but this good where everything she says I can hear her. Well, when she's talking to me, then you see the thing is, if she's talking to somebody else, I guess I can't hear her. Like for the last 4 to 5 minutes, I haven't heard anything from her. Anything. So, what does that mean? If she's talking to me, I can hear her. So even if she feels that I know something, this should tell her right there, I don't know what you've done. I'm not a threat to you. I'm not a threat to your family. I'm not a threat to whoever you did this with to me. I'm not a threat to you. You're intact. You're safe. You don't have to do this to me. You don't have to be doing this to me anymore. I don't know what you're saying unless you're directly talking to me. You can protect your family, some other way. You don't have to do this to me. You don't have to do this to me, because when you're not talking directly to me to provoke me, I can't hear what you're saying. I promise you, I can't hear what you're saying. So, bear that in mind. And this is, I'm talking to the people who are doing this to me. Especially the woman, I know who she is. I know who she is. But anyway, just stay safe and watch for that provocation, that voice to skull provocation. That'll come. And that's mostly what they'll be trying to amp up and ramp up. Because they know how crazy we look when we say that. Like we have a mental problem. People just, get mental health. They don't care. They don't care anymore. They just dismiss us. It's not right. They just dismiss us. And that's not right. Because even if you have mental health issues, you can have somebody messing with you. And that makes it worse. If you have mental health issues, people messing with you, that makes it worse. It means they're attacking the mental health community. That's not right. And that should be addressed. To me, they should take them seriously even more. Don't have to lock them up, because that's one of the quickest things they'll try to do is lock you up. Lock them up. If the person is out of control, yes, that's a different story. If they're a danger to themselves or anyone else, yes. But understand, provocation will make people act belligerent, will make them have angry outbursts. It's not going to cause them raging for days and days. They're being provoked. But these people are coming with us. They're coming at us with they're spraying stuff on us. I was afraid to leave my house, because every time I leave my house, I come back, there's roaches in my fridge. I mean, there's roaches all over my apartment now. They weren't there when I first moved here. They're there now. Like when I was staying in the motel, every time I left the motel to go get groceries with my friend and go back to the motel, there's roaches in the fridge. The roaches, I think, had military training. They were just waiting for me to leave to go in the fridge. I don't know. By the time I left, there were like 15 holes all over the ceiling. I didn't do these things. The smell of the chlorine in there was so much. And I know that the people next door smelled it. Because there was one guy in there who was smelling it so strongly. He was coughing, coughing, coughing. This was in the daytime. He ran out and he breathed outside. And then he ran back in his room. I went to his door and I knocked. I said, I was going to say, if you smell it, let's just go, me and you go down to and tell the guy. He didn't answer. I know he was there. He didn't answer. I mean, was he a part of it? Because if you can smell something to that extreme, I would have come out and say, yeah, what is this? He didn't. And I heard him behind the door. I heard him. See, I'm a plain-spoken person, and if that puts my life in danger, then so be it. It's already in danger, it seems. I don't know. But whatever you do, be safe and be strong. We'll find a way to overcome this. Because I'm getting a lot of information. I'm seeing more videos, and I'm getting a lot of information of technology these people could be using for this. I personally don't understand how are they allowed, or how would they have access to these things. I don't know. But again, in my country, there's a saying, the thieves, the bandits have more sophisticated weapons than the cops do, and I think there's some truth to that. So I guess it goes right here. They have technology or access to technology that even the police, the regular police, don't have. But these things should not be. I think they're dangerous. I think they're dangerous, and if this goes, a lot of people are going to be affected by it. I don't know. If this goes, what I don't know what's happening to me. Now, I don't know if what's happening to me, let's say there's something wrong, something in my body, something, I don't know. I know that I'm being deliberately picked on. I don't know if I don't know what it is, but like this a surge of electricity. Because I can feel it inside. Like I said, it feels like a few years ago they had this belt used to come out, you put it around your waist and it gives you these tiny electric shocks, right? Like it used to cause the stomach muscle to tighten. So every time it tightens, it started to get stronger and stronger. It's a waist trimmer or something. You used to feel like you could feel it like a pulsing, right? This is how it feels inside me, like something is pulsing all over. Oh my God, it hurts around my pelvic area a lot. So is it just, if they don't provoke it, let's just say that they put something, I drank something or something was there, or something naturally occurring in my body, but there's too much of it. Maybe a kidney stone. I don't know. Let's look at any possibility. And it's like they have to provoke it though for it to do this. They have to deliberately provoke it and activate and tamper with it from the outside. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? Either way, this is not good. Even if they don't have to give you something, and they're just connecting with something that's already in your body naturally, but you may have too much of it. Why would they do that? For fun? Why would they do that? I don't understand. Why would they do it? Because they are doing that to me. Like right now, she sprayed something earlier, and it's the smell of chlorine, and my forehead here feels tight. It's tightening. I don't know. Like right here around my eyes, it just feels tight. And I've been talking here for 24 minutes already. Right now it just feels tight, and my ear is hurting. Hurts my ears. My ear is hurting. Whatever this is, I hate to say this, but it's like we almost at the mercy of these people, and we have to like beg them to leave us alone. And I think this is ransomware. This is what's called ransomware, but this is a different kind of ransomware. This is your life or your money, literally. Your life or your money, or is either your money, your assets, or slow, long, withering death. This pick apart your life piece by piece by piece by piece. You have nothing, and you're basically confined to a room, basically. Like you're the prisoner, you're the bad guy, you're the ugly one, you're the one who's causing problems. And if they can find somebody within the group to swing that in their head, to make them believe, well, that's the bad person, this is the bad person, they're the ones who are ugly, they're the ones who are doing wrong things, then they'll punish the shit out of you. Because they'll think, well, they're justified in what they're doing. They will bug the shit out of you. They don't care. So I don't know what's the ruse they're using. I don't know what's the story they're telling themselves or other people. But this is what's happening. But believe at the end of this, you have something they want. All of this is just, it's a big balloon. And at some point, somebody's going to pop it. Somebody's going to pop it. And it all boils down to you have something they want. But anyway, I'm rambling on. So be safe. And if you need to talk, just let me know.